So what nonsense are these kids peddling now? I'm Alexander Suriajani, eyebrow ring, mustache, lower chin hair, little lip beard. Gianni never claimed to investigate anything, nor did he claim to gamble with anything or be a gambler nor a mind melder. I've been saying I'm talking about the posers are the guys pretending my thoughts, my ideas, my words, my letters, etc. When I call people posers, that's what I'm talking about. I was never an investigator, a mind melder, or a gambler or anything. I'm the victim of these people, the mind melders who sit around stalking my brain and harvesting from me while trying to make me look psychotic and murder me while they steal from me. I just sat in a room for 5 years and 5 months, and data was flowing through my brain. And I was just sitting there analyzing all of these things. And then people are firing weapons and using technology on me and abusing me, putting devices in my brain, my genitals, and body. And I'd analyze what they were trying to do with the technology. And then putting stuff together, I'd pay attention to what they tried to frame me for. I'd pay attention to what they tried to pull me into that I'd refuse to get pulled into. I'd pay attention to certain stories I'd hear. I'd pay attention to, I'd sometimes overhear people fighting and blackmailing each other and threatening people. I'd pay attention to stuff I'd log and write to law enforcement and what they retaliate to. And this was before they started trying to cover up that they were really retaliating. And then they started telling some lie. They're retaliating to, quote, reinforce a delusion. Yeah, they're full of shit. No, they're really retaliating. So I pay attention to all these things and just sat in a room for 5 years and 5 months, hearing this weird data flowing through my brain via telepathy. I never implanted anyone, never mind melded anyone, never investigated, never went anywhere. I've just been at home this whole time, other than when I went to Mexico for my brother's birthday and my aunt's house to visit family in Pennsylvania, and then my other aunt's house, Bernie, to go to Florida and just hang out with Uncle Craig and Bern. But yeah, I never investigated anything, never claimed to. I was just hearing stuff via telepathy for 5 years and 5 months, analyzing this data, analyzing all sorts of weird shit, retaliation, these things they were referring to as truth bets, things they were blackmailing each other for, things they were always fighting about, things they would react to, things they try to pull me into, things they tried to frame me for, or tell me to be the fall guy for, or take the blame for. And I'd be like, you're fucking crazy. You do the crime, you do the time. So this is the kind of stuff I've been paying attention to. Sometimes I'll throw stuff out there that I'd hear from over here and see who reacts and see if there's reactions. And some people would flip out and start firing weapons at me. So that's the stuff I've been paying attention to. Stuff that I log. Sometimes I'll hear kids sound some alarm and start tipping people off. So I was paying attention to all sorts of stuff. But if you read the letter and look into actual reality and there's truth, then clearly there was true information flowing. And that's all you got to pay attention to. So that will tell you something. So if there is this gambling ring, and if they talk about gambling a lot, so if there is a gambling ring, so that's real. I already know implantation's real because I'm a victim of it. So then I speculate upon their uses of it, such as espionage, financial crimes, etc. The way I know telecommunications crimes exist is because I'm a victim of telecommunications crimes, from them disabling my cell phones to blocking text to rerouting two-factor. So I know that's real. I know the hacking's real and the cyber terrorists because there's all sorts of hacking crimes committed on my computer. And then I'm analyzing all this stuff. And then, I bring up some weird stories I'll hear that they keep trying to sell to people that it's a movie, but they flip out when I log it or write about it. For instance, their bank heist or whatever the hell these guys have been doing. So there's all sorts of jazz. And then I think of the tools they're using. If they're pulling bank heists, maybe they're implanting people, committing telecommunications crimes, cyber crimes, and hackers. And they use them as like a team. And so they use the telecommunications criminals, the hackers and cyber terrorists, the implantation. And that's how they're hacking emails, pulling passwords, pulling banking information, using implantation as well for not just information, but for covert abuse, extortion, neurological compromise while trying to go in and talk to a bank, for example. So that kind of jazz. So I've been analyzing this jazz.